Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Emily and I channel through tarot to inspire introspection. If you resonate with this message or find it helpful, then it's for you. Let's jump right into it. So today I'm going to do things just a little bit differently. Usually I am reading spontaneously with no preparation in real time. But today, I've actually already pulled the cards, channeled the message, sat with the energy, etc. I've done all the work already, and now I'm just going to share with you what came up. I just feel called to try something a little bit different. We'll see if I like it or not. So with that said, let's jump into it. So today's message came through the Six of Cups and the Ten of Wands. So let's start with the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is all about reminiscing and reflecting on the past, potentially your childhood. There's kind of a quality of daydreaming about it, appreciating what you've experienced, appreciating what you've gone through, appreciating your own memories, really. And most importantly, there's a feeling of nostalgia. That is what I associate with the Six of Cups the most, is nostalgia. And the wisdom of nostalgia is really the primary focus of this entire reading. So nostalgia is a very interesting emotion, and as with all things, it has its light and its shadow, its positive expression and its negative expression, you could say. The positive expression of nostalgia, of course, is just appreciation for the past, right? That can look like a million different things, whether you're appreciating what happened yesterday or you're appreciating a good sweet memory from childhood, or maybe you're even appreciating the ancient past, right? If you're studying human history, maybe you feel a sense of nostalgia for a time and place you've never actually experienced in this lifetime. To the other end of things, the shadow aspect of nostalgia, or the negative expression of nostalgia, is living in the past, idealizing and romanticizing the past, carrying the past and trying to perpetually recreate it as a means of escaping your present. It's escapism. It's basically a coping mechanism. Now, by virtue of the fact that the Six of Cups was clarified by the Ten of Wands, which is about burden, and you can see here in this image, the woman is carrying a big bushel of flowers and she's kind of hunched over. So it's let's say a beautiful burden that she's carrying. These two together, the message was just so clear. There is an aspect of the collective that is carrying the past or living in the past rather than being informed by it. The beautiful thing about the Ten of Wands is, like with all tens, it represents the end of a cycle. So there's a moment here and now, or an opportunity, you could say, to process this and to really move beyond it, to integrate it, and to learn from it. So the question that really came up for me is, well, what is the wisdom of nostalgia? Again, thinking about the positive expression. Well, nostalgia really teaches you what you value. It teaches you what you care about, what really matters to you. And therefore, it can inform how you want to live now. For example, I'll just give you a personal example. This is kind of silly, but hopefully it helps. It would be easy for me to say, as a millennial born in 1990, I could say, well, from my perspective, I feel nostalgia about the 90s and the early 2000s, right? In my opinion, that was the best time to be alive, and it's just been downhill ever since. It's interesting, though, that pretty much everybody feels like the decade that they grew up was the best time to be alive. I mean, I'm sure there's some exceptions, but that phrase everybody uses, like in the good old days, for some reason, it's just human nature to romanticize the past. So I could say, well, the 90s was the best. But if I take a closer look and I really question that, well, what about the 90s was so great for me? The answer is actually it was my perspective, because I was a kid. So what I really feel nostalgic about is being open, playful, adventurous, lighthearted, right? And sure, there are some things specific to the 90s that I could say I love and I miss, right? Playing on my Sega or playing Roller Coaster Tycoon or whatever. But really, in essence, what it is that made it so good was my perspective. So what is that teaching me about me? This nostalgia is showing me what I value is a light-hearted, playful attitude. So now that I'm aware of that, I can come back into this moment right here, right now, 2023, and consciously choose to infuse my life with a lighthearted playfulness. Okay. So I thought this was such a beautiful message, and I think nostalgia is such a nuanced, beautiful emotion, and it has a lot of wisdom when we really sit with it. So the question that I would leave you with, or a few questions, I guess, in what way are you living in the past, carrying the past like a burden, even if it's a beautiful burden, rather than being informed by it? Maybe you've done this before, maybe you're doing it now, right? Kind of longing for another time when things were better. Somehow it was always better before, right? So where in your life are you living in the past rather than being informed by it? Okay. In what way do you see the past with rose-colored glasses? In what way are you romanticizing the past? Okay. And how does that affect your relationship to this present moment? All right, I was just looking at my notes. I think that's everything. So I hope that this message resonated or you found it helpful. Let me know down below if you have any questions or comments. I would love to hear from you. I really liked doing the reading this way. It was very succinct and streamlined and coherent. But I'd love to hear from you. Let me know down below whether you prefer me reading in real time or if you liked the way that I did this today. If you enjoyed, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.